So what is a Hanamichi? This is the question I want to answer today. I've realised that I've now created 31 consecutive days worth of videos on the Hanamichi without once properly explaining what a Hanamichi is. Hanamichi is a Japanese word meaning flower path. Hana means flower and Michi means path. It first came into being as a stage device for kabuki theatre and can be described as a raised wooden platform connecting the stage to the rear of the auditorium. This flower path enables the actors to make their extravagant entrances and exits and to perform dances so that the action of the play is often carried out into the body of the audience. To give this word some context, the Hanamichi first started to appear in kabuki in 1668 at the Kawarazaki-za, which was then one of the main kabuki theatres of Edo, modern-day Tokyo. There is a school of thought which believes the Hanamichi had its origin in a temporary walk that spectators used in the olden days when they made a practice of carrying flowers to the actors. Whilst this paints a beautiful image, in my opinion, it seems far more likely that the Hanamichi was a development of the hashigakari, or bridgeway, from the Noh theatre. Since its origins on the dry beds of the Kama River in Kyoto in 1603, kabuki has been accumulative. It moulded elements of bunraku puppet theatre, activities of the kabuki mono, the urban rebellious youths of the day, together with ukiyo-e, literally pictures of the floating world, and was profoundly influenced by the three-dimensional quality of Noh. In this sense, the very nature of kabuki theatre can be perceived as a flower path. It is an art form that is always searching, developing, and cultivating new areas of exploration. One of the purposes of the Hanamichi is that it breaks the division between actor and audience, a principle which has always been emphasized in kabuki technique. This is a very interesting point because for me, since starting these daily videos, I've felt more connected to my work and to other people because I'm having insightful discussions about the subjects I'm exploring in a dynamic and exciting way. As an artist working in theatre, this is an incredibly important thing to cultivate, an ability to communicate complex and nuanced ideas about art and culture effectively, eloquently, and of course, with a sense of style and grace. I like this image that as human beings, we are all on our own unique flower path, but that naturally and inevitably, our individual paths coalesce and intertwine with each other's. We can influence and be influenced by other people's journeys. We can lead and we can be led. We can be taught, we can teach, and through teaching, learn more about ourselves and how we coexist with the rest of society. The particular paths we decide to take, and indeed the manner in which we move along these paths are, I believe, the purest expressions of character and sensibility. The route along our individual flower paths cannot always be rosy and clear. Sometimes the way is shrouded in mist, or we are challenged to manoeuvre ourselves through the thorny bushes and briars. In the wilderness, you may come across a bear or bandits, and it is up to you to choose what action to take. Do you fight, or do you take flight? But where does this path lead us? What is the end point or goal? That is ultimately for you to decide. But each waking day we can change our mind. We can pivot, altering the direction of our course. We can readjust, take a few steps back, recenter our focus, retreat to attack. At some point in your day today, close your eyes and try to visualize your own unique flower path. What does it look like? What does it sound like? What can you touch? Who, if anyone, is there with you? If you are struggling to come up with the answers, then maybe you have some gardening to do. Finally, just to mention that if you would like to support me on my own flower path adventure, I have a Patreon page called On the Hanamichi. I post exclusive content on there, and for as little as £4 a month, you can become a Japanese camellia flower. and a patron of my work. I'm following in the footsteps of Egon Schiele, you see, who kept very personal relationships with his patrons. So anyway, I'm about to go get ready to go to an orchestral concert this evening with a friend at the Royal Festival Hall. I wish you all a very wonderful day and see you in the next one. And also, I will put a link to the article on the Hanamichi, which I wrote, I think nearly 2 years ago now, but it just gives a little bit more detail about what the Hanamichi is in the context of kabuki theatre, and it might be of interest to you. See you very soon.